So I'm here working on the Nissan engine, the VG30. And today, I think I'm going to be trying to put on these water pipes. I'm going to be cleaning them, the bottom mating surfaces, sealing them up. And before that though, I'm going to be trying to put the knock sensor on without removing the lower intake. That's going to be a feat if I can accomplish it at all. But I'm going to try to because I really don't want to remove the lower intake. So here we go. So what I think I'm going to try to do is I have a few different ideas on what I'm going to do. One of my ideas, I think this is what I'm going to use to hold the bolt. So I'm going to try to put the bolt maybe in here, and I can try to start it with my fingers maybe like that, I don't know. But I think first I'm just going to try to set it, to something like that, put it in there sideways, and when I get above the hole, turn it, and maybe I can make it happen. Hopefully. I mean, there's no telling. I can actually see the knock sensor location. So I think I'm on the hole right now. I just need to hold this in place. Oh my gosh, this is so stupid. And somehow, I turned this. That's the problem now, is that getting this started, I got it out with a ratchet, I think. But getting this started, whole nother ordeal. And this is obviously not something you could do in the car. Just going completely off of feel, as you do with many things on this car. I may have got it started. I think I did. Okay, so I can hopefully get a ratchet in there, or a ratcheting wrench, something like that, and be able to tighten that down where it should be. It's very important that you use the biggest ratchet you can find. You don't want to make this easy on yourself. It is a 12. Okay. Just pinching my hand repeatedly. That's part of the trick. All right. Knock sensor, tight. I'm gonna set that aside, and now I'm gonna get to cleaning off these two surfaces so I can reseal them. I think I can just put this on here and call it good. I'm just gonna, go ahead and RTV this stuff. Seems clean enough. I'm using red. I think black was on it. Black is supposed to be like sensor safe or something, and I just don't anticipate sensors being an issue. It's not necessarily why I'm using it, I'm just using it because I have it. Put it on there just kind of like that. Say maybe smear it around with something. Your finger, I guess. Oh yeah, let's get it to block the passage. That's what you want. That's ideal. That's probably good enough. Take this, slip it on under here. I'm getting these threaded first just so I'm not just like smearing RTV all around this unnecessarily. Pretty tight. Now these water lines to the turbo I actually have. So this is one water line to the turbo, putting it right here. This is the other. I'm actually crossing them, but meaning like one's going to this pipe, one's going to this pipe, because if you were to put it like right here, you just have like water going from here up to here, back, and there wouldn't actually be any cool water going to the turbo. So one of these is going to feed it with cool water, and the other one's going to take out the heated water and bring it to the radiator, I suppose. Alright, so now I'm going to be doing, hopefully, the intake gaskets, or intake valve cover gaskets, not the intake gaskets themselves. Oh yeah, I forgot about that. I hate that. If you're removing the valve covers, you want to remove this bezel type thing here for the spark plugs, these 412s, because otherwise the valve cover sits underneath those for some reason. So yeah, it's just easier to do that than to mess with it. Alright, so if I were to do the exhaust tonight, I need to clean off all of this. I'm not sure why blue is on there. I don't see why I couldn't just use red. I think my old engine had red, so I don't know why blue was particularly chosen here, but it was. So probably gonna, I would say definitely do intake tonight. This wouldn't be a problem. Just maybe even just get away with a rag and brake clean to clean off the mating surface here. But down here, of course, I would need razor blade and stuff to get all that off, as well as cleaning the stuff out of the valve cover itself. So yeah, I'm just trying to decide if that's what I want to dig into right now. I probably will. I don't really have anything else going on right now. So I actually have the exhaust valve cover off here. I'm just gonna get started on this. I'll also dig out this half moon here and try to find the new one. I believe it's in my 120K kit. If not, I have one I know somewhere. So as you can see, I have the exhaust valve cover surface clean. Got all the silicone off there. Now, it is a huge pain to get this clean. This is how clean I like to have it. At least you can still see a little bit of residue that I'll probably try to get off. I really hate how anal I am with this stuff, honestly, because it bothers me when it's not clean. And if it leaks, I'll just blame it on that, and I'll be mad that I have to take it back apart. So that's why I try to get it as clean as possible. Some people don't. Some people just you know, toss it in there and call it good. I don't. But this half moon was back there, and as you can see, it's kind of thicker on this bottom side. The lip that goes around it is, and that was facing the inside of the head. So I'm going to put the new one in there, and I'm going to RTV around it, put the valve cover on, and should be done with this side. So just looking, this is the new half moon. I mean, if I had to guess, I would say this side is thicker, but it's really not significant, so I don't think I can go off of that. I think the other side was just thicker on the old one because it had been exposed to oil, so it kind of expanded a little bit. So I think I can just put this in. I'm just gonna put it in there. I want to put some silicone in there, but I mean, just like that, and end up siliconing around it. I'm gonna put silicone probably directly on here and pop it on there, and just silicone around the valve cover area, making sure to get the corner area right here and right here pretty good. And yeah, let's try to get this done. So get the exhaust valve cover, just get some screws just to have something to make sure it's square with. Just put all the bolts in finger tight. So I'm a big enough man to admit when I was wrong, and you know, that's what a lot of this is about. I'm just here going through this, and so that you have a guide to go off of, just something you don't feel as intimidated by, because you've seen me make all the mess ups. So what I actually didn't do on this one was, you can see inside the exhaust valve cover there's actually this groove right here, and this is where you're supposed to apply the silicone. And I think I'm going to be good on this one. I applied it to the head instead of the valve cover, but I think I have plenty of silicone in there. I think it probably got where it needs to be and it's going to seal, but I mean, I'm just doing this just to mention, you want to put it on the valve cover, probably smear it a little bit, make sure this surface, the flat parts, are as clean as possible on the head and this, because that's what's going to be sealing it. And yeah, just apply it to here and get the grooves as clean as possible, and then you should be able to bolt it down and it should seal, and you should have a happy non-leaking engine, hopefully. Just for reference, this is the one that's going on the driver's side, so maybe look something like that. Alright, so I have all the valve covers resealed now. The driver's side is done properly, and the passenger side is just held together with hopes and dreams. I think the stuff on the back is pretty much done. I really am trying to decide what I want to do with the heater core hoses, whether I want to hook them to the car first or I want to hook them to the engine first. I guess I can pretty much start on doing all the timing stuff now. That'll include like cam seals, tensioner belt, all that stuff, VTC springs, all sorts of cool stuff. I think that pretty much finishes up what I wanted to do in this video. So if this helped you out, let me know by leaving a like. If not, dislike it. That's fun too. Leave a comment, tell me what I'm doing wrong. I'd love to know so I can tear this thing apart and start all over. That'd be a lot of fun too. So yeah, thanks for watching.